In this video, I would like to talk about something that was highly requested, especially in my Did Delta Survive video for Jurassic World, where I explained the theory that Delta could have survived her wounds inflicted by the Indominus Rex. Treat this video as kind of a sequel to that one, and while it's not a necessity for you to have viewed that video, it is recommended since I will bring up some points that I made in that video concerning Delta in this one about Echo. Links to the Did Delta Survive video will be in the description down below. I'd also like to say that I will not be sharing my thoughts on if Charlie the Velociraptor died in Jurassic World, as I feel that one's fairly obvious that the answer is no, Charlie did not survive, and I will also not be sharing my thoughts on if Blue survived because I feel that one's pretty obvious as well. So the last we see of Echo in Jurassic World, she jumps on the Indominus Rex's back and begins attacking her. After a few unsuccessful bites, the Indominus Rex is able to grab onto Echo, at which point the Indominus Rex proceeded to throw Echo onto a Winston's Steakhouse grill that was still activated, and Echo appeared to burst into flames, quite gruesomely in fact. So to start out, I'd like to talk about the bite that is initially inflicted on Echo and how it's similar and different to the bite that's inflicted on Delta by the Indominus Rex as well. If you look at the bites, it appears as if the Indominus Rex has a much better hold on Echo than she did on Delta, and it actually appears that she bites straight into the poor Velociraptor's body instead of just grazing the top of the skin and throwing the other Velociraptor, Delta, to the side. By watching both several times and by looking at screenshots taken from both bites, I can definitively say that Echo's wounds are far more serious than the ones that were inflicted on Delta. However, we do hear Echo screech when she's thrown onto the Winston Steakhouse grill, which does clearly indicate to us that she was alive by the time she hit the grill. This again reinforces that the Velociraptors, especially in Jurassic World, are particularly durable, as seen earlier when Blue was knocked into a pillar of the Starbucks store on Main Street and was able to come back and aid Rexy in the fight with the Indominus. If Echo had simply been thrown into the store and not burned, I would fully agree that Echo had a high likelihood of surviving. Unfortunately, that's not the case. And vice versa as well. If Echo had simply been badly burned but not bit by the Indominus, I would fully believe that she is beyond capable of surviving. I would quickly like to talk about some of the images of Echo being burned. The first image that we see doesn't appear to be too bad, but sadly her skin ignites, and the second image is much worse as we see fire engulfs literally her entire body. Not only that, but the grill itself seems to explode after Echo catches fire. Is it possible for Echo to have survived all of these injuries? I would say the chances are very, very unlikely, but yes, the real question is, would she be able to make a recovery and be able to function again? I think the clear answer to that is no. Sadly, Echo may very well have been alive during the events of the T-Rex and Blue versus Indominus Rex fight that happened with the Mosasaurus dealing the finishing blow, but even if she was alive during this, I doubt she would even be capable of walking. If Echo did manage to survive, I doubt the likelihood of her lasting another 12 hours would even happen. It just does not work. Unfortunately, I do personally believe that Echo has slim to none chance of survival, and that, like I said, even if she survived initially, she is very, very badly injured and will likely not recover. I don't want to end this video on a sad note, and I'd like to take a second to just think about how awesome Echo was. Not only an awesome design, but how courageous of a Velociraptor she was. Her and her sister raptor, Delta, attacking the Indominus Rex with full ferocity and full power, even though their chances of success were nigh impossible. Echo was a fantastic Velociraptor, and I would love to see her return, although I think it's very, very unlikely. Delta, on the other hand, if you'd like to hear my thoughts on that, link to that video will be in the description down below. Thank you to everyone who suggested this. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe as always, and have a great day.